I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it.
Hold on, let me turn this on.
Hello.
Good morning
Welcome.
and happy Fri-yay.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you here.
I've gotten not a lot of sleep, so I think it will be a great
I
show.
love that. That is always the
Happens.
leftover show. Whether it was you were out late, whether it was you couldn't sleep. And when you're sleep deprived like that, your brain is a little quirky. You always say fun things. So be ready. You've been warned. Right? Rabbit, everybody who's starting a new month.
Woohoo, November 1st.
I'm pretty ready for it. I'm looking forward to taking down the rest of the Halloween decorations and getting everything ready to go. We had a moment yesterday. Well, Cliff finally installed the ring cam. So we saw the cute little trick-or-treaters coming.
Aw.
Apparently we had a few of them before I busted my son taking away the bucket of candy as he got
And
home.
up to his room, right?
Yeah. I literally was like, I just saw you on camera. Put that bucket back.
Where's ours?
Immediately.
It's not just for you.
Put the bucket back. Those
Has he
poor
broke out
kids.
with any acne yet?
No. I know. I don't know when that's going to happen for him. I think he's just sweating it out at this point. They've got a
Yeah, for teenage boys, that's the curse.
their final game today. And yeah, I know, right? When it happens,
That's
it's going to
exactly.
happen. For
And
me,
it's- it's not pretty.
I was a late bloomer with that stuff. I didn't get that drama acne stuff until it was like in my 20s. And I
Oh,
was
really?
like in the military. So because I had like a sweaty hat on all the time.
Right.
So it was like just a zit head. It was just
A zit runway.
oh, it was absolutely wretched.
Which one are we popping today? I don't know.
Well, I was
Is
very
it ready?
I was thrilled that we moved from caps to berets because it allowed a little bit more breathing on the dome.
That's hysterical. On the
It-
dome.
Right. It definitely assisted me in that. So I was thankful for that. What
That's
is
good.
new with you?
Ooh,
Right.
well,
Is that a loaded question?
it's a totally loaded question.
Where do we
The
begin?
budget memo and the budget is in. We'll see how it goes. We have our meeting in December, so I'm not
This
worried about it.
Is this time of year where everybody's looking at end
Yeah.
of year budget stuff. I
Yeah.
had a moment yesterday where my husband gave me such a panic attack. Since we've had this nonprofit, it's
Right.
only been since March.
Mhm.
So I did not know that there were certain filings that belong on certain dates.
Quarterly tax
So,
payments.
Yep, all of those fun things. And it was like, you need form 990. I'm like, where? It's a 12-page form. So then I gather all of the material for the accountant to fill out page 990. And then I was like, are you sure this needs to be filled out? It needs to be filed by November 1st. So
I love the voice.
I used Google Machine, and Google Machine said that that's not due until May 15th. What is due is just a form that says, we are a nonprofit. This is all of our information. Here are the directors. Here is the board. Thank you. Here's
the
your
board.
$20, Massachusetts. So
Get off my back.
it's like, you've got to be kidding me.
I've done nothing to you. Leave me alone.
However, this fire drill that I had yesterday has now
Uh-huh.
prepared me to walk into a better situation come May. I won't flip out.
Well,
So
that's good.
once again, we had a nice fire drill yesterday, and we're in a better space today.
Need that calendar all condensed.
Don't even start with me on
I
it.
know, I already know what happened to me.
I read the Riot Act yesterday as we're moving into this new space, as we're ending the year, as we're starting new things, as we have our Cape Cod Christmas market, which is like this month.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I felt like November was so far away that I've got all of this time.
Mm-mm.
I have no time.
No.
I'm actually stressed about it already. Shout out to our friends over at Oplasis. Lauren, thank you very much for making the rando visions and the random photos of screenshots and snapshots and random videos I've taken come to life.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is the conversation you've been having on the show and with Hank.
Mhm.
You know, you're prepared.
I am,
You're
but
ready.
I'm not.
I know.
I feel like I've got that timeline, and you know when you feel squeezed and strained.
there are standards.
Yeah.
That Stephanie has.
Yes.
Cece feels things.
Yes. I will not forget about you, Drina. You were supposed to be on the show today, so we're going to reschedule you and get you together. Good morning, Miss Serafina. She said, good morning, lovelies.
Hello.
I had a lovely lunch. We had a very respectful ladies who lunch.
Oh, good.
Normally it turns debaucherous. We were respectful.
It's
We
only
were,
one martini.
we were very mindful, very demure. We were. What's up, Ricky? Thank you so much for bringing a Halloween show to us yesterday on 1180. It was very fun. Lots of fun little voices and very amusing. Good tunes too. So we had some nice new programming, and we're rolling out more and more as the weeks go on. And I have to talk about some of our events that we've got going on. We've got a pitch contest. If anybody out there plays cards and has ever played the game of pitch, seems to be a Rhode Island thing. Lots of Massachusetts natives also play. It's high-low jack. And we've got a little competition. I've got a big trophy upstairs. So if you like to play cards and you want to go in as a solo or as a team, definitely sign up for that. We're going to be doing that at Knockabout 13 Lake Ave, the actual brewery, coming up next Friday. So that should be amazing. We've got a $500 karaoke contest that begins tonight.
I saw that.
I know. So Curtis has been doing House of Hatchets karaoke on Friday nights. It's nice. It's an early evening. It's 8 to 10. Go on over there and sing a tune. Get yourself qualified. The winner of each night takes home a prize. And then in 4 weeks' time, we will crown a winner, $500. Nice for a couple of extra bucks as we're hitting the holidays. And you said money's flying out the window.
Oh, yeah. I can't even
already
control it.
Right?
I can, but it's hard not to.
Well,
it's the holidays.
I know.
You know.
Well, and I've got college girl home, and she's
I justify it. You know,
I'm broke. What can I do? I'm like, I've got plenty of things for you to do.
Go.
See that camper out there?
Clean it.
Get a painting. Oh, I already did the cleaning. I
you
survived the cleaning.
I know. I saw your Instagram on it, and I almost, with the way you described it, I almost want to send you a picture of the dark desiccated mouse we had under the oven, but I didn't.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for not sharing.
Yeah, it probably was exactly what you found.
Yeah, it was just PTSD because I wafted it at myself that I animated it.
I'm attacking myself with dead animals.
100%.
As if it wasn't tragic enough.
Well, Cliff sent me a photo of somebody selling animal taxidermy on Etsy, and he's like, we could have made money off of that. I was like, no.
Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants that. What's up, Nate? New season drinks at Dunkin' are happening.
I was just going to say that because we were talking about November 1st. The minute I got up, well, not the minute I got up. The minute my alarm went off, I got the 6 a.m. notice from Dunkin' about the holiday and the cookie dough latte and all this other BS that they have.
Well, they were having fun on their Instagram. I don't know if you follow any of the Dunkin' things on Instagram, but basically they had an Instagram takeover of their spider donut.
I know. Yep.
So it was kind of dumb, but it was kind of cute.
Yeah, and they have the special matcha thing that went along with the donut. I tried it. It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't, I'm just, me. I'm just dark black coffee.
Yeah, you're plain Jane when it comes to coffee.
Yeah, but I did have the peppermint mocha that I had to create myself because they put all the stuff in it that when you do the pre-made one, you can't unselect.
Right.
Like this dusting of mocha something or other.
You're like, I don't want that.
I don't want that.
Right.
No, almost $6 for
your special order situation.
Yeah, but I did have the chocolate peppermint latte this morning on the way over, and then I got this for here.
Oh, he's going to be rocket fueling his way back to Provincetown. I saw you were at tea yesterday. It looked like a fun Halloween tea.
It was a good turnout.
I was impressed for the amount of costumes.
Yes.
And some clever ones.
Yes, and the minute I came in, who was in front of me was Bob Carey.
Yep.
From Wake Up in Provincetown. Yep. And I knew it was him, and he looked great.
Yeah.
He had the white sweater on with the blood in the front and the Drew Barrymore hair.
I love it.
He looked great. There was at least one other that was there dressed the same way.
Yeah.
And he had the white cell phone, the portable mobile phone that from the house from the 90s.
I love it.
And he looked great. And I said, I hate Drew. He's like, everybody loves you. I'm like, of course I do. I
Right.
said, that looks fabulous. It was great. I wanted to get a picture with him, but it was too late. I couldn't find him.
Well, it
later.
was pretty busy, it seems.
It was. We had a half-naked Pikachu.
I was like, well, that's it. It's Provincetown, though.
Yep. Ace and Gary, the ambiguously gay duo, they were great.
They were fully clothed.
They were.
Right? That was tasteful.
It was tasteful. Although, he had to have, his wallet or his phone. He had this big zip thing bulge in the back, which wasn't his bum.
Right.
Which was kind of funny. It's like, oh,
that's awesome. Yeah,
right.
On?
And then I saw that, I couldn't sleep this morning. I woke up at 12:25.
It's like, I'm ready.
Tried to lay down again. I think I woke up again around 1 and was up until 3.
I hate when that happens.
So I watched where I stopped for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which we'll get to. But I also saw this wonderful post, Ryan Reynolds seeing Taylor Swift, and had all these pictures. He was with Rufus Wainwright, took a nice selfie with him. That was pretty awesome.
His wife and her are besties. So
exactly. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed watching that. Now,
his kids just call her auntie. Like, could you imagine that's your life? Like, whatever. That's my aunt.
That's awesome.
Your aunt is Taylor Swift.
And I also, because I was going to be getting up at 5 to come over here, because I have to walk and feed Rocco and everything. I had an early dinner and just didn't go out last night. I should have just gone out.
I know. Don't you hate that when you're like, I'm going to be good. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get a great night's sleep. And your body's like, no, you're not.
Well, I already spent enough going out to dinner. So I was just like, you know what? It's good. It's good that I didn't buy beers and stuff.
Well, today is National Stress Awareness Day, and I'm very aware we're stressed.
Definitely.
This is a time of year that does stress people out, given loss or finances or 4 days away from whatever the hell is going to happen with the world.
Right.
I did see that there was an interesting story about Russia, who happens to be suing Google for $1 decillion.
And okay, what is the reason?
Because they were unhappy that they were blocked on YouTube. Apparently, Russia has fined Google. Basically, it's 33 zeros after the 25. More money that actually exists on Earth, all because it's upset it's blocking 17 YouTube channels.
So it's past $1 trillion.
By the way, it's a decillion. It's just a number I've never heard of or didn't know existed. So I was like, well, that's a fun little fact.
Well, it's Russia. They've made it up.
So we just made it up.
Yep.
I'm glad that somebody was like, no, it's actually a number. Here it is, in case you were wondering. I also saw that in Everett, Washington tonight, they have the 2024 National Beard and Mustache Championships.
Where is that?
Have you ever seen this?
I've seen the one in Las Vegas.
Well, Everett, Washington.
Okay, it could be an alternating city. So yeah,
I feel like you need to enter this next year. I feel like we need to put it into our 2025 calendar.
Well, here's the deal. If this all gets shaved, you know that something has happened. Something drastic.
What?
Well, it has a financial impact.
Oh.
So I'll continue growing it if we want to do that next year.
Yes.
But that's a lot of skills and a lot of because I've seen them where they're broken up.
Yeah.
And there's a whole pattern. Like I have to find somebody who does macrame really well to create a pattern.
Teach me.
I mean,
it says that there are 17 mustache categories, 13 partial beard categories, and 21 full beard brackets.
Yeah.
Seems aggressive. Seems excessive.
And are you disqualified if you have a weave in there?
I don't know.
Can you imagine?
Now I feel like it's got to be on
a controversy. I don't
one
know.
of those ESPNs, like ESPN 27 or the Ocho. It's got to be on there. We can find the beard and mustache championships, so we can see what some of these looks look like.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yeah, they're very unique. I love that. Did I enter one or I went to one? I went to one that was in Somerville.
Yeah.
In Union Square once. And that was really cool. But they, it's one of these, they do it once or they just don't advertise it.
Because when you get your handlebar going, it's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And they're, just guys appreciate that. And they'll say, oh, great, nice mustache or something.
Yeah.
And then I say something inappropriate. And they do it.
Shocker.
They're like, really? Did he just say that? I'm like, yeah, I did.
What's up, Ruth?
Take it as a compliment.
I will be over today at some point with a check for my portion of my donation to the Boys and Girls Club. This is the end of the year. So if you're thinking about making some charitable donations, definitely think of a lot of our nonprofits. We support so many here on the Cape, but I love supporting ones that I'm also on the board of. So Boys and Girls Club is doing really impactful things, and we're really excited about what 2025 looks for us. And yeah, make a donation. I'll be by with my check. I'll also be over at the Mashpee Chamber of Commerce because we have our first shop local of the season. It's going to be tonight, 5:30 at the Chocolate Rose. So we're handing out passports. So as you're shopping, please throw some money to local businesses. I can't stress this enough. I just saw a statistic that was put out. Level of Local, I think, did it, where even if you shift $20 of your money, if everybody did it, it's $3 million that we dump into our local economy. It is a game changer. So really, if you could just shift some of the things that you're purchasing to local, it really does make a big impact overall. There it is. I'm getting off my little pulpit here. Stop with it. All Saints Day. Cook for your pets day. Do you cook for your pets?
No.
I have friends of ours.
I'm just happy he loves kibble. You know, but I just switched to Dr. Marty's what do they call it? Not freeze. Yeah, freeze dried or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's better than the one that Heigl promotes or sells.
Oh yeah.
So I've tried
fresh
that.
Foods.
Yeah, it's because it's got all the whole organs that dogs are supposed to have.
Right.
So I'm mixing it with his kibble because I give him Franz, which is still good. I just want to make sure that he's happy, healthy, and lives a good life.
That's exactly it. That's all anybody ever wants for their animals. So good morning, Miss Gail O'Rourke. Thank you so much for being on the show with me. You felt Gail when she was on. You immediately texted me and you're like, she is amazing.
Yeah. I was crying myself.
Yeah.
And I've downloaded her app. I haven't had time to look at it, but I will.
See, you made an impact that day.
Yep. That's why.
For sure. And you weren't the only one. So
that's why I'm hitting the numbers, because I want to do that. I want to be able to give and help and stuff like that. I mean, I know you can not in a non-financial area, but I always love doing that.
Right. Well, you're a numbers guy.
Yep.
You're a spreadsheets guy.
Oh, yeah. I've got it all worked out.
Yeah, he really does.
I just need the check.
He's got the lists. He's ready to go and do some good. I mean, well, you even started your own foundation for Daniel and his memory. And talk about that a little bit, because I think it's pretty amazing what you've done.
One of the things that he was extremely talented. I mean, he was a creative director and went to BU. And when you go to BU, he was at the College of Fine Arts, and they learn all art history and sculpting and drawing and everything. And then he also was a beautiful singer, acted wonderfully, and he said he moved well. He wasn't a great dancer, but he did great, and he was in musical theater. Fell in love when he saw Evita with Patti LuPone, learned his diction from her, and then anyway, kept doing community theater because he had a really good full-time job working for a financial institution, and made that choice. But he did straw hat auditions, got called back to do, regional runs, and had to decline them. Anyway, long story short, when he passed, I wanted a way to keep his memory going. And, he would teach and mentor younger actors, about how the whole play, the whole musical was, everybody was part of this unit, and you had to treat everyone with respect, because you're constantly doing shows. No matter where you are, you develop a reputation. You just can't be a prima donna if you're like always cast as the lead.
Right.
You have to be respectful to everybody on and behind stage. So that was one of the things that I wanted to be able to create in his memory. And Boston University, where he went, has a summer theater institute, and they give a scholarship. But then I created raising money, and I had to raise $100,000. And once I raised that amount, it lives in perpetuity, because they put it in their investment, and it has like a 4% return annually, and that pays for every scholarship. So every summer we give a scholarship to a student in need, and these are for high school kids that are juniors and fresh and seniors that want to get into the arts, and they experience everything: set design, directing, lighting, being on stage.
It's really cool.
Writing. And I get invited every year, and I get to meet the recipient. And we've been able to do that. And I've seen the fruits of this. We have a wonderful woman who went to Emerson Did her bachelor's degree in performing arts and has directed and is still in the Boston area. We have another gentleman who was from California, and he is doing shows all over LA.
It's amazing.
We had our most recent recipient, who's a senior now. I have to follow up with her to see how she's doing. She's over on Long Island, and she was a knockout. She was a standout, and I usually can see or feel who that person is.
But I love the fact that you're like the quiet benefactor that watches all of these people, and it's just really amazing what you've done. And Daniel's memory. I mean, it's really pretty incredible what he did on Earth and what he's still doing. So
and it's great because I always talk like about him because he's still around. He's still here. He's still,
he visits you often.
That's it. And I mean,
we just got tickets for Teresa Caputo.
Yeah, I've seen, and I've already
believe
seen
it or not,
her
we're those people
like 3 times. But Stephanie and I have not gone together.
Right?
She always wanted to go. So I'm like, all right, she's coming back February 7th. Well, let's go. She's like, all right, I'm on board. So
I'm so excited. Right?
Yeah.
Even if nothing else, I just want to be in the room.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it live before. And I'm interested. I'm involved. What's up, Mari? Hi, Dave. How are you guys doing in Florida? I think that you were on the outer parts of all of the wind and the rain and the misery that was occurring. What is the foundation's name? Gail wants to know. Daniels.
Well, if you go to Daniel Raybone, that's RABONE.com. It's a whole website just about his art, his creativity. There's some videos of his work. There's a whole scholarship page where we list the scholarship recipients. I do have my Venmo there if anybody wants to help and contribute, because I do follow up and sometimes go out and do stuff with the with the scholarship recipients, whether it's dinner or something. And I also went into debt for some of it because I wanted it paid for and to be done.
You're amazing,
so that's the honor and the uniqueness about Daniel and his tattoos and the reason why so there's a lot of intention behind some of that and the reasons for it and how he lived his life. So all of that is on danielraybone.com. Now the Busty, BU Summer Theater Institute. If you go to BU and the College of Fine Arts, they have the Summer Theater Institute, and
I love that it's called the Busty.
Yeah, Busty is a great little acronym,
right?
For it. Everybody's got an acronym.
Can't forget it. I love a good old acronym. Lauren said that's a dream come true, seeing Teresa Caputo. Good morning, Dawn. What's going on the West Coast? Thanks for joining us.
I've seen Teresa too many times, and the last few times she always kind of looks over at me. And I know she sees the aura and she knows there's stuff going on. Yeah. But she never picks me. And that's okay because there are other people that are in need.
She's like, Daniel talks to you enough. Next.
Yeah. She's like, she also knows I have my own little medium friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out to Susan.
We love you, Susan. Cape Cod's happy medium. She'll be bopping in. I know she said she's escaping this weekend, wherever it is.
Yeah.
My question of the day is, what do you got going on this weekend? Just curious if there's something locally you want to promote, or maybe you're just relaxing. Maybe you're taking the weekend and just being, which is also great.
But I will say, if you're around and you want to go to tea dance today, they're doing, well, no, forget it. No,
wrap it up.
It's something different, but they call it dog tag tea dance. I don't know what that means. We'll see. Military?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I've got some stuff. I got some uniform stuff if you want to borrow it.
Okay.
It doesn't fit me anymore.
Well, it's Spooky Bear weekend, and it kicked off yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's going up all weekend, all the way through Sunday. They've got a couple things all the way.
Always such a good time in Provincetown, no matter what time of year. Seriously,
really,
Jareth, I cannot wait for my new office. That's all I have to say about that.
Get that pussy off the stage.
We'll talk about it coming up in a little bit.
I forgot what movie that was from. But that's hysterical. All right.
All are welcome. What the hell? Donna's pet sitting in a big house on the coast. Well, good for you. I saw your fabulous makeup yesterday. Her and Ken always go all out for Halloween, and they had like full face makeup going on, and they went out. I love you too so much. You bring me joy. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was leaving yesterday morning, I was like, because I've got 2 staple costume outfits, and I'm like, do I want to bring them? I'm like, no, I didn't want to bother with any of it.
I have a giant tote of all the costumes. I did make Cliff wear a giant monkey suit on Monday, and he about died. So
really?
It was very hot. It's like 70 degrees out there today. Enjoy it, soak it all in, because I guess today is the last day we're gonna have it for a bit.
Oh,
but I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know what's happening with the world, but
well, they're also
it's
touting
warm
that
right
we're in a
now.
drought. We're not.
Right?
They pick and choose,
Right?
I think. That's
Every day they're
that's my
bored and they're looking to talk
conspiracy.
about it
Totally.
and get us to
It's
panic.
It's a conspiracy.
Why? Okay, we're
All
fine.
right.
Everything's fine.
All right. Are we going to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Yes,
now?
we are. So Serafina and I had lunch this week, and she was like, "Didn't see you in any of the photos. I was not there." RTB ended up taking this solo mission on representing Lemonadia with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you got to go where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame actually was.
Exactly. And I did
Does
not
Cleveland
go. I
rock?
did not go along. Luckily, thank goodness. John was with me.
Shout out, John. I absolutely adore you. I'm so jealous of
Yeah.
the time that you two had. It looked
You
like
were
it was
sorely
blast.
missed, but John showed up Saturday morning, met me Hall of Fame Museum, and they had a stage set up, and we went inside. We went on all levels, 0 all the way up to 6. 6
Yeah.
was where they had the Bon Jovi
Oh,
exhibit, and it was awesome.
he really is an incredible human
Yes.
on top of being a rock star.
Yeah. I don't know if you talked about that, but about a month ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
He was doing a music video in Tennessee, and there was a woman who was going to jump off a bridge where they were filming, and he stopped everything and had proper training to help people who were in distress, and actually talked her off.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Get so emotional. That was really amazing. At the end, you see him hugging her.
It's really incredible.
It's fantastic.
I know. And once again, today is Stress Awareness Day. We talk about mental health here on the show a lot. A woman, a mother, threw herself to her death yesterday over Niagara Falls. I mean, it's a very dramatic way to go, but also horrible. I mean, this is just, it's very upsetting.
It's hard.
So to have that kind of human in a rock star, be a human and watch that video.
I know it's just, it tugs at your heartstrings, and there are, like Peter Frampton said at the Hall of Fame, it's like kindness is king. That's it. Bottom line. Because you don't know.
We're going to cry today.
I know the person that you're shaking a hello and a greeting to, you have no idea what's going on their side.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard because I think we all have had days like that where we're just like, oh my God, it's just
overwhelmed.
Too much. I'm tired. I just want to throw it all away.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta, pull yourself out of it, and it's hard. Sometimes you do need help, and definitely reach out.
I'm so glad that you got to be there. So why was Bon Jovi on the 6th floor?
They were the focus. They were one of the exhibits, and they had all the stuff that was amazing. I don't know why they were chosen. I don't know if it must be alternating, but I don't know how long it stays there. They had a whole area where they were looking at the women of rock who were, pioneers and just out there vocal, and not all of them are inductees, but it was a great display of the women in rock. Joan Jett was there. I loved it. And then there was the hip hop area. And then there were the areas where I just thought of my dad, was the Beatles and Elvis, and a whole country area, country western music. Mark Goodman was there. You know him as
very cool
MTV VJ, who's also now he's DJing. He's on Sirius XM. I wrote to him and said, listen, I'm going to be around. And he wrote back and says, we'll be there, swing by. And then I'm changing planes on the way over there, and in Newark, here he is getting on the plane.
You're like, what's up, buddy?
I'm like, hey, Mark, it's RTB. And I shook my hand.
I promise I'm not stalking you.
No, he's like, hey. And I was wearing my dad's band's t-shirt, the Temp Tours.
I love it.
And I said, I think he commented on the t-shirt. I said, this is my dad's band. And then I said, wait. And I turn around and it says, don't take us for granted tour. Because Jeff Lizotte, who's part of the band, he's in New Hampshire, so the Granite State. That's how they had that when they did their little reunion back in 2018. He's like, I like that. So it was cool. But he was busy, doing a blog show, and they had just chosen 2 women to be part of the simulcast that they were doing. So I was like, oh, I can't really sit around
I don't want to be around here for that. But
it'd be fine if I had a time slot, but I'm not that famous.
You'll get there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're well on your way, my buddy. Good morning, Liz. Hey, Michael Anthony. Thanks for joining us on the show. RTB is just talking about his experience at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Happened to be in Cleveland, so he got to go to the Rock Hall proper.
Yep. Then we went for brunch, and then we went back to the hotel to chill for a bit so that we could go, a little bit early and have some cocktails over at the Ritz.
Yep. Very nice.
And I have not sent you any pictures, have I?
No. Well, I saw some on social.
Yeah, but I have not shared my outfit. I don't think you've seen it.
Oh, let me just tell you, as someone who has been to 2 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame shows with RTB, he gets the looks. Oh, stop. That's magical.
I'll post it later. You'll find it on
That
RTB.
is beautiful. Like, really incredible.
I'll send it to you.
Like, to the point where you're walking down the street and people are trying to get his autograph because they don't know. Like, he seems famous. He's got the look.
Yeah.
So he might be famous. Can we get a photo together? Of course.
So those are 2 lovely ladies who live in Cleveland.
Love it.
Then we met 2 other ladies that were there from the area. One lives up in New Hampshire. The other one lives in Hingham.
Look at you, stud.
Now these, and all 6 of us, John and the 2 couple of ladies, they told us exactly how. They were women that were working the Hall of Fame little check-in in the lobby of the Ritz, and she told us exactly where to walk inside through the Ritz to get to the Rocket Field House.
So you didn't have to deal with all of the drama.
Exactly.
Smart, dumb.
It was fantastic. So we get over there, and
get with the locals.
I forgot who it was. Somebody had asked if I'm a Matthews fan, but I didn't. But John and I had early flights that Sunday. And I'll get back to the induction ceremony in a minute. But when we were, John had told me, I think it was the following day, we got together and he says, remember the 2 women from New Hampshire and down in Hingham? And I said, yeah. He says, they were on my plane. They were seated next to me and they were like, sorry, excuse us. And they were just mowing. They had, because we went back to the Ritz after the induction ceremony to get the car because it's easier and away from the, from the stadium. We went up to the bar. And he had already ordered the Uber. And he's like, we were going to get a drink. And he's like, well, they're going to be here soon. I'm like, all right, we'll go back down. We should have hung out because they came back. And when they got up where the bar was, there was a door that was kind of open. And they're like, oh, let's go in there. They went in there. Guess what it was? It was Dave Matthews
just
after
chilling.
Party. They were with them all night.
That's incredible.
They went back to the hotel just to pick up their stuff and go back to their flight. And I'm like, wow, I wish we had been there. We just missed them like within like 10 or 15.
Unbelievable.
So anyway,
I don't know what that beep boop booping is, but it's driving me batty. We'll figure it out.
It's not mine. But anyway, the concert again, you know, when you and I first went to LA 2 years ago, it was 6 hours. This was 5.5 hours.
Wow.
Last year was only 4.
Yeah.
You know, some people talk too much and they're go off script because you know how where we sit, we see the teleprompter. Cher went off script. Sammy Hagar went off script. Roger Daltrey had tons of senior moments when you watch this concert. It's hysterical. And then one of the pioneers, Susan de Passe.
Yeah,
she's the one that discovered. She worked for Barry Gordon. She's the one that discovered the Jackson 5. She went on, and at one point, she was the only one where on this display you just saw him flashing. It says, "Please wrap it up."
Like, get off the stage,
like,
lady.
Yeah.
Because what you're seeing when you're there is
live.
All of it. It's live.
Yeah.
Like the first time RTB and I went, it started and Duran Duran didn't have their backing tracks. Yeah. So they're like, stop, nope, we're going to redo this whole thing. We're going to run the intro again. And I was like, oh, this is real.
Right.
This is cool.
Yeah. So they do have to step up the production team a little bit if they want to, you know.
Well, because they have so many moving parts and so many celebrities and so many guest things that are up to chance. It ends up being a real long night.
It is. And when you're watching it, you do hear the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
You have the mic between the stadium and what they're talking. It's a
total different sound, which is why you wanted to watch it.
Exactly. But, you know, oh, God.
Were there any RTB sightings in the show?
No, and I'm not looking for it because I was way too up. You know, I almost tried to trade our tickets up since somebody wasn't with us. But they never got back to me. And then there were 2 more seats. I was going to spend the extra money just to go down another level, but they finally just got.
Well, I mean, just being in the room is really cool.
It was, you know, and, you know, Dua Lipa coming out in the beginning, singing Cher's Believe. Cher came out and sang with her.
Oh, my God.
And then Cher just sang Turn Back Time. And she's like 78, skipping back and forth to both ends of the stage. Unbelievable.
You're like, girl. Still got it.
Unbelievable. And, you know, Kool and the Gang, fantastic. You forget some of the songs that they put together.
Yeah, so many good ones.
He was out there, sounded just the same, was fantastic. And then, of course, here's the 2 people that they were on American Idol. Sometimes they get criticism for, you know, not being in the business and this and that, but they're just amazing singers. Jennifer Hudson came out and sang Dionne Warwick.
She's incredible.
And then Dionne Warwick came out and sang with her. It was wonderful. And then Sammy Hagar inducted Foreigner. And then they did
Foreigner and Kelly Clarkson, right?
Well, let's back up a little bit. First is Demi Lovato. And that was interesting with Slash on the guitar. And then Roger Daltrey with the original and the current
I love
Foreigner.
that you said senior moments.
Exactly. No, that was Daltrey, not Hager. Anyway, and then at the end of their little two songs, then he said, all right, now the real singer, Miss Kelly Clarkson. And I already saw her because she was coming out on the side that I wasn't. Yeah. And I saw her kind of waving at people and waiting for her cue. And she comes walking out very nice and calmly. And then while she's starting to sing I Want to Know What Love Is, I saw it and I knew it was going to be amazing. It was the choir coming out. And then she brought out Lou Gramm, the original singer.
Isn't that incredible? Serafina said, I watched the live from home. I was looking for you, RTB. Happy November to you, Dave Hagner. Thanks for joining us on the show. We're talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony this year. It happened to be in Cleveland.
I will tell you that is what got me. Tears going down my face.
The choir.
The choir, Kelly. And she's such a respectful singer and performer.
Well, also, I Want to Know What Love Is like a big ballad. You know what I mean? You can't not get the feels, especially being in that room.
And during the video montage, they had her interviewed. She's like, you know, just like that whole song and the lyrics, but then his voice, his tone just kind of bullets through and gets to your emotions. It was really, really wonderful. And then, of course, you know, we had Dave Chappelle inducting Tribe Called Quest, which was fantastic.
I love Tribe Called Quest.
Ozzy Osbourne, Jack Black, perfect person to induct him and to give that kind of energy to everybody.
And funny.
Yeah, Mary J. Blige was fantastic. And then Dave Matthews. Dave Matthews actually came out and sang because they also did a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, and he sang A Pirate Looks at 40.
Oh, I love that tune.
And then James Taylor inducted him and had Kenny Chesney, who was not hard on the eyes.
Yep. You saw what Renee Zellweger saw for a hot minute.
Yeah, and
Weren't they married like 7 minutes?
Right, and Mac McNally was with them, so it was the three of them doing some Jimmy Buffett songs. And then Dave Matthews came out, and he was the last one, and then he wrapped it up by doing a Talking Heads song.
I love it
for the end of the night. It was a great night, but it was long. There were a lot of people that kind of left, but
it's not as bad as like the drunk girls in the audience, like we had experienced when we were in LA, because we were there for so long. And I was like holding it. I'm like, I'm not going to the bathroom. I don't want a sip of anything. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to be dry. And I'm not missing Dolly Parton. This, you know, and we got spilled on by drunk ladies, and it was an absolute debacle because it was so long.
Under your chair.
Excuse me. My shoe. What?
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, we were around really wonderful, respectful people. That
we were around Durani's, who were just wonderful folks.
Like, lady, how much money did you spend to be here? Shut your hole and watch the show. God almighty.
Yeah, you love Stephanie.
Yeah. P.S. I love you. Thanks for being here. Wonderful.
Need you to beat it.
That's it.
Yeah. So that was the.
What a star-studded group of humans in one room.
You'll never be disappointed.
No.
Going to it.
I definitely suggest that you get to at least one of them, because it's really wonderful. I feel like, given whatever parameter of your budget, to see that much star power in one small area. And it's not just stars. Like, these are actual musicians, humans, deeply lyric writers, and people doing really cool things in the music industry. It's just really nice to see everyone come together, have dinner right in front of you. It is a little weird to watch it. It's like being in a zoo animal experience, like feeding the celebrities.
Mark Ronson was in the audience too.
Well, he's a huge producer.
Not only that, but also sorry.
It's not just a Lindsay Lohan brother situation.
Well, that's the thing. You know, one of the biggest things is where the hell is it? I wrote it down. Oh, no, that's not it. I could have sworn I wrote it down. Mick Jones from Foreigner.
Yeah.
His daughter is Annabelle Dexter Jones, and her half brother is Mark Ronson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Mark was sitting next to Carole King, which was cool.
Yeah,
I mean, so, you know, random.
Yeah, you're definitely, it is a weird experience to just see everybody and where they're sat and who they chat with and who they're friends with on the real life.
Because Annabelle was reading a statement from her dad because he couldn't be there. He was in New York, and they kept going back and forth to Mark, and I'm like, well, what's the connection? So I looked it up.
Yeah.
Like I was the 9-year-old within.
Hit up the Google
access.
machine. You got to do it. You're just like me. What's that? I'm curious.
And then it all made sense.
Let's dig in. I know a lot of Cape Codders are heading on down to Nashville this weekend.
I know. There's people at work that were talking about Nashville.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Pats game, and we're on a huge winning streak. We won a whole game. So
one game. So you're going to tailgate in Nashville because you know you're going to win?
Oh, my gosh. Well, friends of ours, my childhood bestie, who we rarely get together because she's got small kids and my kids are pretty much grown, and she's in the Medford area. So we're both meeting down there. We're flying down together tomorrow morning. Oof. I know. It's going to be it's going to be like a fever dream of a vacation in Nashville.
Why do you really call it a vacation?
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm just calling. We're going to see the Pats game. Okay, I'll be there for a couple of days, like 2.
You coming back on Monday?
Yeah, coming back on Monday, and but I mean they can't get away. Yeah, right. We actually have really good seats to that game.
Tell me where you're sitting.
And for like half the price we would have paid to even be inside of Gillette in the nosebleeds. So apparently Nashville's team is not doing all that great either. So it could be a really good game. And the weather looks like it's going to be really nice outside, much to the unhappiness of my bestie, who was hoping for sweatshirts and jeans weather. Girl, you're getting Nashville hot. That's what you're getting.
Yeah. What time's the game?
1:00.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't.
So it won't get too cold.
No, we haven't ranked worth seeing football.
Mm-hmm.
Usually those are the 4 p.m. games, and I don't think we've had one this season. We're in the 1:00. Let's just get this out of the way.
Exactly.
Get this loss out of the way, shall we?
Yeah, while people are grocery shopping for the night game.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly what it is.
That's
so
hysterical.
I think a lot of people are going to be in overdrive today going into holiday preparation. Changing the seasons, bringing out the buckets, seeing what needs to be fixed, moving things around. So try to keep yourself calm today. Don't go overboard. Oof. We got a big football game going off to Carver later on this evening.
Oh.
Well, I guess if the boys win, they are going to Gillette.
That's right.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I know my son has really stepped it up. He's enjoying this season a lot. He's been really working hard. So
they all stepped up their game, watching videos and strategizing
continually.
Cool. That's awesome.
Even last night, they were at the school until 7:00 at night. Right? Yeah. I was like, Coach, come on, it's Halloween. He's like, no.
Dedication.
That's it.
These boys want to win.
That's it. Shout out to our coach Treveri, who definitely wants a W tonight. So good luck to all of that. I know there are tons of kids vying for state championships, girls volleyball, field hockey. This is like the end of the season for everybody. So this weekend, I think there's 5 or 6 ones going for state championships. So shout out to all of our student athletes really working real hard and ending their season on a high note. Lots of graduating seniors and some moments of their life that they may never play sports again. You know what I mean? It is the closeout of their high school careers.
Yeah.
They might not go on to play college ball at all. So it's definitely some bittersweet moments.
Did you do athletics in high school?
I did.
Yeah.
I did it in college as well. I was a D1 college athlete.
Did you have the high school jacket
I had a moment.
with the letters?
Of course I did.
Okay.
In 2 high schools.
2 high school jackets?
Yes, I left my senior year because I got in a fight with my volleyball coach and I went to Attleboro High and graduated, which my parents were not very pleased about spending all of that private school education just to graduate from a public school. But senior year was amazing for me because
hey, you got 3 years of it.
Yeah, I had enough credits to basically graduate just walking in. So
that's hysterical.
It was a very nice, fun senior year that I get to bond with a lot of people and make some core memories for sure. And did have a really good time. I was the pitch championship of Attleboro High School winner. So that's why we've brought the trophy back out and we're going to be over at Knockabout on Friday. So card players, if you enjoy the game of pitch, please come and compete. I'm not competing. My competition days are over. I'm just running the bracket, providing some snacks. They've got great pizza, fabulous beers, and definitely come and see what they've got for the season because they've got some new brews that they've been working on. The whole staff over there was Sesame Street. They did a really good job. They did a
cool.
really, really good job with their costumes this year. I saw some pretty incredible ones.
That's awesome.
And that was also one of our questions. Did you know the first season of Sesame Street?
Yeah.
What color was Oscar the Grouch?
Oh, wasn't he blue?
He was orange.
Oh, okay.
So that was one of our trivia questions this week.
Wow.
Randomly, I don't know
Yeah.
why, but every once in a while you'll see the two Oscar the Grouches pop up, and you're like, "Why is Oscar the Grouch orange?"
All right.
And that's why. What's up, Mary Jane? Shout out to our friends and volunteers. Junior, who has the Cape Landscaping. If you're looking for a yard cleanup, if you're looking for something big, patios, stone walls, anything like that, definitely reach out to Junior. He is such an amazing human being, trustworthy, on time, and gets the job done. And these are the things that we look for when we're hiring service people, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous. Thank you, Junior, for all that you do for us at the Mashpee Farmers Market. Daylight savings time, everybody.
Oh, get that hour back.
Yes. My husband was desperately trying to put Sirius satellite on my car yesterday. I guess he bought it for himself and got a free one.
Okay.
So he while I'm driving on my dash, and I'm like, I don't think I have it. I don't think my car is very basic.
Mm-hmm.
I need like 4 buttons. Like, leave me alone. I'm not one of those.
Because you don't go out of your way to listen to music.
I'm not a gadgetry
Exactly,
person,
right.
and I really do drive around in silence.
Yeah.
I know it's really weird, but it's my time.
It's because you're a lunatic.
I know, right? She's the crazy one talking to herself in the car with no
And
noise.
answering herself.
Full on conversations.
What would RTB do? I don't know.
You've been in the car with me. I
I'm
chat
totally-
nonstop. I'm like,
Ooh,
I'm enough for everybody, okay?
it's all right.
So he's there.
Hey, you're the nut from me.
Yeah, trying to like fix my dash, and I'm like, you're actually causing me to have a little bit of anxiety. I was just bragging to someone about how I don't really get anxious, and you're actually making me anxious right now. He's like this while I'm driving, trying to get stuff done. We did not get the Sirius on there because I don't think I actually have it. But what he did was reset my whole radio panel. So like the 4 channels that I do have
That were
locked
preset
in there.
are
Yes.
gone, yeah.
So my presets were gone. It put it back to daylight savings time, regular time. And so I was like, why am I late? What's happening? Stop touching buttons. Luckily, with the new cars, it's very easy to adjust the clock. It's not like a 4-day process like it used to be
Right.
to figure out how to
No,
adjust
they're
your clock.
Very intuitive now. The only problem I have is the whole Apple CarPlay.
Oh, it's
With
so
the new,
annoying.
with the new phone, like it was finally working, and now it's not. But it does acknowledge the music when I put on Lemonadio. It'll play on my car, but it won't show me like my interface.
It's
like,
so annoying.
It is, but whatever.
Take a deep breath if you're dealing with technology. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people are tech knots. I love our friends. Shout out to our friends over at the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. They call themselves the Olds. Stephanie, talk to us like we're 5. We're the olds. We don't know how to do this technology. It is frustrating, and the amount of scams and schemes and things that are currently happening are outrageous. And you're going to see this ramping up as we're starting to buy more, as we're starting to get stuff ready for the holidays, as you're starting to flex your credit cards, you're going to see new scams emerge. And I just be cognizant of it. Try not to click on those links. If it doesn't look right to you, it probably isn't. Make a phone call. Just a gentle reminder. What?
She's taking the crocheted, whatever it is, the seagull.
Why?
I know.
Gail, my cat just decided that your Benefact seagull is now the toy for him.
Do I need to intervene?
What is your deal today?
You know, the problem, well, Lily's back.
I texted
So
your mother
why-
to open her door.
All
That's
right.
probably why he wants in her room.
We'll go back up there.
I didn't shut the door. Sorry, buddy.
So how does he?
Running red lights, getting tickets. Listen, the
Oh.
manager was on duty that day. Did I ever
Somebody
tell you
talking
this
about
story?
you? No.
So it was during COVID where we flew down for my cousin's wedding.
Like that's an excuse, but go ahead.
No, we were like, everybody canceled on this wedding.
Okay.
So we were like the 2 aunts, me and my aunt Gail,
Okay.
got on this plane with our masks on. and it was like the tightest, smallest plane. I thought my aunt was going to have a panic attack because this woman was
one
like
seat on each aisle.
Oh yeah. Like seated in her lap and too close to her for comfort. But we're like, we're going to be there. We're going to be there for my cousin at this wedding. We're going to get there. So during some of the other festivities, we were just like the help. So I was like, I'll stay home. I'll blow up balloons and I'll stay home and I'll pick this up. You need me to pick up the cake? I'll go get the cake. I'll go get the this. And then I'm, getting text messages. Can you get the cheese? What about the roses? Did you forget about the this? Can you go up to the room of their bridal suite and sprinkle rose petals all over the floor and get the this going? And this is all her sorority sisters.
Oh my God.
Giving me all these tasks, not my family.
And what are they doing?
Exactly. They're enjoying, all the photos
and the mimosas and the hair and all that.
Exactly. Yeah. They're enjoying their moments with all the photographer friends and making sure they have the perfect photos for social media because
that's what it's all about.
Because that's what sorority girls do. And I'm not knocking them. I'm enjoying them. I loved the photos. Most of them were super funny, but the amount of errands that they had me on were absolutely ridiculous. So I'm driving around my aunt and uncle's minivan, and apparently I went through a red light stop or whatever it was. I didn't stop properly.
Oh, and it's one with the camera and they got a ticket.
Correct.
All right.
So my aunt's berating my... Oh yeah.
Wrap this story up. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So my aunt's berating my uncle about how what the hell, Dave? Blah 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 blah. And then the picture came, and it's me,
manic behind the wheel. That should have been your Christmas card.
Cruella de Vil. Please send me that photo. Somebody has to have a screenshot of that.
I have an old photo that I want to do as a postcard, Christmas postcard.
I must have looked mental. Please send it.
Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Emily. Hey, Mary. Everybody needs a Mary in their life. Mary O'Keefe, one of the best volunteers you've ever met in your entire life. Also on the board of the Boys and Girls Club, but she works over at Family Table Collaborative. Jenny Wheeler has been working really hard over there, and they're working on their inside farmers market. So they're going to be doing that a few times this winter.
That's cool.
On Saturdays inside the Family Table Collaborative. So if you're looking for a cool place to go have a stellar lunch, I'm talking gourmet lunch while you're seated and do a little bit of shopping, definitely check into their indoor markets. You were both invaluable. Thank you, Dave. I'm sorry about the ticket. I still have never seen that photo.
I'd love to see that photo.
They put me in the back. I felt like it was like the people in the attic, the flowers in the attic. I slept on a bed that was hard as a rock. I didn't care. We laughed so hard that weekend.
Well, that's good.
And made a weird, uncomfortable COVID wedding happen. So you're welcome. And sorry for the ticket. Mary said, I used to drive in silence before Martin. Yeah, it happens. I like it. It's my quiet time. It's my zen. It's my thinking out loud time.
Yeah.
My Ed Sheeran moment.
Right.
So Provincetown this weekend, Spooky Bear. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of festivities going on. Thank you very much for sharing that photo yesterday as you were walking and all the creepy decorations out there.
Which one was that?
I don't know. It was like some creepy child
hanging,
ghost hanging somewhere. I was like, ugh.
I know. And then a friend of mine, she's like, oh, I like her. Get her for me. I'm like, it's my neighbor. I can't steal it because they've got cameras.
Just assume as you're walking around, everyone has cameras for everything that you do now. And
true.
You won't get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
You're better off that way.
Well, you get in trouble anyway if you're Stephanie Viva.
Right.
But
I found trouble in a paper bag. It's not a problem.
She's a 9-year-old with internet.
That is erroneous.
She's on it right now.
What do you mean? I'm looking for some fun, crazy crime.
Some crazy crime.
Okay, but I did see one little story that I do want to talk about as parents are going through. We called my son last night when he got home from
I've got something else to talk about with trick-or-treating.
Going through Halloween candy. And he came upstairs with his, very proud of him for using a pillowcase. I was like, yeah, there you go, buddy. That's how he did it with the pillowcase. And my husband goes, we have to check your candy. He's like, bro, I know you just want to take the good stuff. So he's not wrong. But somebody did find a needle in their Halloween candy yesterday in Hyannis. And I know that's such an old wives' tale, like a misnomer, like that doesn't happen, but apparently it did.
Yeah, that sucks. I have this picture, and it's a picture of a Kit Kat, but it's a Kit Kat that's a USB.
These kids think they're going to get candy tonight when really I'm handing out 80 hours of forklift safety training videos.
I would love that.
I would love a Kit Kat USB.
Yeah, there you go. It's really cute.
That's a cute little stocking stuffer. I would actually like that.
Yeah.
I'd wear it around my neck.
But I love the fact that it has forklift safety training videos.
Perfect. It's amazing.
That is funny.
So I saw this study that said it's better to give kids unlimited access to Halloween candy. So said a dietitian.
Mm-hmm.
Let the sugar comas commence. Really, it might be better for your kids in the long term. Abby Sharp, who's a registered dietitian in Toronto, says unlimited access, insisting it's actually a great way to form good habits. She says that, when they have that, they'll get sick.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things, but in the 70s where they had those after school specials where they made the kids smoke the whole pack of cigarettes and then the kid was like green. It's like, I'll never do that again.
I didn't know about the cigarettes, but I remember the one with Helen Hunt.
Which one was that one?
Oh, when she's like, don't make me do something stupid. And like she's snorting cocaine or something. And then she falls out of a 3rd-story high school window and she falls on her back and gets up. And I'm like, you wouldn't have gotten that.
No one gets up from that, Helen.
She showed that on SNL when she was hosting once. And I was like, that is hysterical.
That is amazing. Some of those after school specials and those drug commercials were really quite
totally.
They formed a lot of my core childhood memories.
Well, it's also where the cartoon violence came into play. Between that and Looney Tunes.
100%. So I science says that give them unlimited access before you keep it away from them. It's just going to want them to have it more, right?
There you go. Yeah.
All right. So
I think it happens with us as adults too. I know it's happened with me recently too.
What? Where you just get sick of something and move on?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I just can't eat that, or I don't want it anymore.
Right.
Or it used to be really, really something I enjoyed and I love the taste of it, but now my body doesn't agree with it.
Yeah, we've expired. We're good.
Yeah.
We get it now. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't like that. So we can do a Florida man, we can do a New Hampshire man, or a North Carolina man.
I'm edging towards the New Hampshire man.
Well, a New Hampshire man arrested after being found naked on the hood of a car.
Oh, there we go.
Let's just get into it, shall we? Because
Totally.
You can't just leave us here. That's a hanging Chad.
It should.
That's a 60-year-old man too.
Wow.
They asked him what he was doing there, but he didn't respond. And since there were children in the area, officers wrapped him in a towel and took him into custody. He was charged with indecent exposure and was also found to have an electronic bench warrant for his arrest out in Hooksett.
Bench warrant?
So I don't exactly know what the warrant was for whatever else he was doing in town, but you can't be naked on hoods around children.
Like he planned it. I don't think he planned it.
I love that the officers had a towel available. Is this something that they carry in their kit of things now?
Fire blankets. That's probably what it was.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or just a poncho.
A poncho.
Wrap you up in this.
Anything. Just throw it on him.
Put you up in there. Thank you very much.
That is hysterical.
And and Florida man arrested in Walt Disney after he had to be carted off in a spit mask.
What? A spit mask? I don't know what that is.
I think they put a mask on your face.
So we don't spit
on
people?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I was not aware that this is something that we have now for tools.
All right. People with trying times.
Oh, God. Speaking of which, it just continues. We've got 4 days left of political ads.
Yeah.
It is ramped up. I think I'm going to go to town hall today. I was against early voting because I was just nervous.
Yeah.
But now that I know it's safely in town hall, I think I'm just going to go back to town hall.
I love mine.
With my first time voter.
Yeah. I have my mail-in ballot.
Oh, there you go.
I love doing that.
It makes me nervous. I feel like it doesn't arrive. I don't get the satisfaction of getting the count. I need to know it was received. Even though it really doesn't much matter here in Massachusetts, we're pretty much party lines here. I still feel the need to be counted. And I need the moment to watch it go in. I don't know why.
And hear the
yes,
of the machine.
Count it.
Yeah.
Let me see you count it. I want to make sure.
But you're all ready.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go over there today.
Your 5 question answers. Yeah.
I've got all my 5 question answers. I think Barnstable has 1 extra question that we don't have. So I think we're ready. I just want it over with in my brain so I can move on. Yeah. I would love it off of my television. Very much so.
Oh, yeah. Kelly A.O.
She's got to go, right? Oof. Is it like every 5 seconds?
At first, like I thought, oh, this is just because I watch Sling TV and like I think I get my server up there. But then everybody was talking about getting this
Why does New Hampshire have so much money to spend on all of these political ads? And why am I seeing them so much?
Live free or die. They have no taxes.
Oh,
except for real estate taxes, which are skyrocketing. But yeah, apparently they got a lot of money, money to spend on slashing people that are running for office.
Susan is here, our happy medium. We've been talking nothing but good things about you, Susan. We love you.
Yay.
How did your reading go? I'm very curious. I really wish I was there.
Me too. I told her I wanted to be there. I just couldn't get there. I'm sure it was fun.
Speaking of politics, Tom Zine has just joined us, and I hope you're going to run again, my friend, for the town of Falmouth. I think you ran a really great campaign. It was a late start. You had an issue that you wanted addressed, and you jumped right in with both feet. And I hope you have a full lead up to your next run. But please, please, please run again. Nicest guy you've ever met in your entire life. Just really, really a good guy. We have our end of the month winner for Gardens Aglow.
Ooh.
And that has been all month long. People were getting themselves registered. You seriously, Jareth,
get down.
Come on.
Go.
Guys, I'm sorry. He's very fresh because his mother is home from college and he can't get in the room. So
we're not helping her.
Yeah, we're busy right now, Jareth.
Figure it out.
And so we've got our winner for that, and that is going out to Lisa Lavelle. Lisa Lavelle, you've won yourself a family 4-pack of tickets to our friends over at Gardens Aglow, which is, I guess, sold out.
Oh, really?
These are hot tickets, so I'll make sure that you get them.
That'll be fun.
We have another 4-pack.
Ooh.
And we also have tickets to the Nutcracker, the Boston Ballet.
Oh.
I know. So it's a lovely giveaway. We get them every single year.
That's
and we
a great
give them
annual
away.
event. Yes.
It really is just fun. It's something to do. We did it with our kids for years and years, and now they're grown up and they don't want to go to the ballet with me anymore. They've had enough. So I'd like to continue this tradition with some new families. And so that's what we're doing. We're handing them out. I got to go to Providence Performing Arts Center last weekend.
It's all shocked.
It was hysterical.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
Cool.
I know. I definitely suggest you go to a show, get to the theater, go take in some form of art wherever it is that you can. We've got great shows coming up. Katuitt Center for the Arts, Highfield Theater. Provincetown has so many great art houses for you to check out.
Yeah.
And everywhere in between, every place has them. So look to your local and support the arts, especially this holiday season when there's some good shows out there.
Yeah. People think that the Provincetown closes, and it doesn't.
No.
We've got shows at Spooky Bear Weekend right now.
I find it gets better because there's more parking. It's locals. I feel it's more accessible, and I feel like more of the people that actually live here year round come out for it.
Well, that's the other thing. And then also the townies love Halloween. And everybody comes out decked out. There was somebody who was wearing this amazing piece that was all like lit up with fiber optics.
Oh, yeah.
And that was early in the evening. That was at like 8:30.
What, Provincetown go all out?
Well,
that's weird.
Exactly. I know. And then they've got, guest drag performers that are in town for the weekend. Then you've got all these other things. They've got Nightmare Heroes and Villains parties. They've got a marketplace. They've got Arts of Dune tours are still going on. Just
what a beautiful day for it today,
tons of stuff. Yeah, and tea dance all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and it looks like Sunday. Yeah, they're doing solid gold tea on Sunday. So tons of stuff going on in P-Town too.
Well, we have been yapping on for an hour. Anything that you want to leave? Closing words, parting things.
Here we are. Here's to the holidays, and just I don't know, just have a great time.
Yeah, enjoy yourself, please. And the chaos and the stress amongst everything.
I'm hoping that we'll just focus on what makes you happiest. Like for me, I'm excited because for Thanksgiving I get to do all my usual thing: the buttermilk brine for the turkey, and
he goes all out,
making all the side dishes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then I bought a couple decorations from Balsam Hill.
Oh, fancy schmancy!
They had a sale, and since we're not decorating the house this year, I was like, oh, I'll buy a couple little knickknacks for around the condo. So that'll be nice. I'm going to look forward to that festive
What a treat.
Look. Yeah. It's lights. Lights are good.
Right.
Yeah. Kind of
changes your mood 100%.
Yeah.
Shout out to your local authors. It's National Local Author Day. Ted Murphy, Thank you very much for doing what you do. We absolutely adore you here from Lemonadio, and we'll be seeing you and your books at the Cape Cod Christmas Market. Also, if you're looking to write, you're grown up and you want to write, he's doing his Just Writing class for adults. So maybe there's something that you've not been ever able to put into words or kind of create for yourself, or have a moment to take a creative writing class. Definitely think about doing this, because I think it's kind of incredible.
When's it coming up? Do you know?
He starts, I believe, next week. You should ask him for an online drop-in or something.
All right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I will check in for that information. Okay. I will drop it in the chat after this show is all wrapped up. Have a great weekend, everybody. Don't forget, turn back time this weekend. You going to sing us out?
No.
Toot toot. Beep beep.
Woo woo. All right.
I love listening just to that part.
Right?
Yeah.
Have a good day, everybody. Bye. Lunch break with Hank is coming up on Lemonadio.